Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, January 24th at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 553 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. U.S. reaffirms Taiwan support after China sends warplanes. Patient dies in Placer County after receiving COVID-19 vaccine. Judge, Kenosha shooter cannot associate with supremacists. Dominion Voting Systems files $1.3 billion defamation suit against ex-Trump lawyer Sidney Powell. Kyle Rittenhouse's bond conditions modified after prosecutor said he was seen using white power hand symbols with Proud Boys members at a bar. 10 Republicans voted to impeach Trump. The backlash has been swift. The pace of coronavirus vaccinations now may determine whether or not we'll need a perpetual cycle of new shots to combat variants. Ohio restaurant owner on how Biden's $15 minimum wage impacts his business amid pandemic. Trump did more harm than expected to transition, says senator close to president. Biden apologizes to National Guard chief after 5,000 soldiers had to reportedly sleep in a D.C. parking garage with only one bathroom. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Arizona Republican censure party leaders at odds with Trump, NPR. UFC 257, McGregor vs. Poirier live coverage, MMAweekly.com. Saturday's Powerball jackpot estimated at $20 million, Fox Business. Man threatened to assassinate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, officials say, The New York Times. Patient dies in Placer County after receiving COVID-19 vaccine, KCRA Sacramento. Man jailed for allegedly posting photo of two men urinating on deputy's grave, NBC News. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker relax at Kris Jenner's Palm Springs home, Yahoo Entertainment. DJ Spinderella is not happy about that Lifetime Salt and Pepper movie, The AV Club. Second case of highly contagious coronavirus mutation detected in Oregon, Oregon Live. Uber, after buying Postmates, lays off more than 180 employees, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Chuck Schumer calls for probe into Trump's alleged Justice Department coup attempt. Bail changes ban Kenosha shooter Rittenhouse from contact with white supremacists. Arizona Republicans censure Cindy McCain, GOP governor. Wuhan returns to normal as rest of world keeps battling pandemic. Probation officer charged in riot texted from Capitol, "We're inside hahaha." Cop son who punched officer at Capitol attack has a brother in the Secret Service. Man arrested for Capitol riot involvement threatened to assassinate Rep. Ocasio-Cortez. Democrats start reining in big expectations for immigration bill. Photographer behind Sanders meme, "I'm not going to be putting this in a portfolio." Supporters' words may want Trump at impeachment trial. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Couple accused of making fake bomb threats. Leaders react to death of Henry Hank Aaron. Former nun starts dating during pandemic. Catering company focuses on to-go huts. Winning $1 billion lottery ticket sold at Kroger. Band donates $50,000 to an Indiana workforce board. City orders 4 bars to close for at least 30 days. 10 city provides people experiencing homelessness with safe camping. Officials try to stop out-of-state vaccine seekers. Missing woman's SUV found in river. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Arizona GOP censures 3 top members criticized by Trump loyalists. Pennsylvania lawmaker played key role in Trump's plot to oust acting attorney general. UFC Live updates, McGregor to fight for first time in a year. Biden administration removes Trump allies from U.S.-funded news outlets. An incredible scale of tragedy, U.S. records 25 million virus cases. How Beijing turned China's COVID-19 tragedy to its advantage. Inside the deadly Capitol shooting. Man threatened to assassinate Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, officials say. Uber, after buying Postmates, lays off more than 180 employees. Pro-Navalny protests sweep Russia in challenge to Putin. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Hauser, Clark lift number 13 Virginia past Georgia Tech, 64-62. Number 9 Baylor women win again at home, 84-61 over Oklahoma. Number 18 Alabama wins 9th straight, 81-73 over Mississippi State. De Silva S. buzzer beat whips Stanford over number 24 UCLA. Homa, Finau, Kim share third-round lead at American Express. Liddell helps number 15 Ohio State beat number 10 Wisconsin 74-62. Knicks go gets to the lead and stays there to win Pegasus. Gillespie, Moore lead number 3 Villanova past Providence 71-56. Nelson Idota leads number 3 UConn over Georgetown 72-41. Butler's 22 lead number 2 Baylor past Oklahoma State 81-66. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, January 24th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stimulus check latest, parents could receive monthly payments with expanded child tax credit. Woman confronted for refusing to wear mask at California Safeway pulls knife on workers. Can you be fired for refusing COVID vaccine if your employer requires it? The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Britain suffers 813 coronavirus hospital deaths, decrease of 10% on last Saturday. Head teacher sent Boris Johnson plan to vaccinate 1 million staff at half-term. Trump spends first weekend as ex-president playing golf at his West Palm Beach club. More than 500 COVID cases reported at DVLA offices in Swansea. Fiancé of COVID victim, 32, who died in hospital begs Britons to take pandemic seriously. Labour peer Baroness Helena Kennedy asks Julian Assange's alleged victims to drop rape charges. Millie Dowler's killer Levi Belfield offered COVID jab before most of the rest of Britain. Anna Mikhailova, Labour MP spent $39K last year on Grace and Favour flat. EU complains of deep dissatisfaction amid vaccine rollout chaos. British firm creates vaccine aimed at protecting against all mutant strains of COVID. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Top Lebanese hospitals fight exhausting battle against virus. Juan Tapia, judge who battled Chilean dictator, dies at 81. Tunisia extends curfew, ban on protests as virus cases jump. Britain's Boris Johnson presses Biden for new trade deal. 100 million doses in 100 days, how Biden's coronavirus vaccine push compares with those of other countries. How the pandemic lifted the lid on the Darwinian world of Japan sumo. Repeal of Trump's Muslim ban offers new hope to frustrated immigrants and long-suffering families. More than 2,700 arrested across Russia as protests swell for jailed opposition leader Navalny. What to know about Navalny's protest movement in Russia, and why it unnerves Putin. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news, U.S. nears 25 cases as 3 infections linked to Australian Open confirmed as UK strain. Walter Bernstein, blacklisted Hollywood screenwriter dies at 101. UFC 257, Conor McGregor v Dustin Poirier live. Chile regrets panic caused by mistaken tsunami warning after earthquake. Hank Aaron's death prompts call to change name, Braves to Hammers. Protesters demonstrate across Russia in support of Alexei Navalny, in pictures. Watkins and Tratter on target as via pile pressure on Bruce and Newcastle. Senate Republican threatens impeachments of past Democratic presidents. President Biden and Boris Johnson share hopes for end to COVID in first phone call. One winning ticket sold for $1.05 billion Mega Millions lottery jackpot. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. FBI investigating explosion, graffiti at church known for entitled views. Police, black teens wrongly detained at Target in California. Mexican leader says Biden offers $4 billion for Central America. 7,000 National Guardsmen to remain in Washington through mid-March. French leader tells child sex abuse victims we believe you. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Tsetchi Lop, alleged Asian drug lord arrested in Amsterdam. In pictures, tens of thousands gather for pro-Navalny protests. Tunisians question whether life is better after Arab Spring. Letter from Africa, the continent no longer needs lectures from the U.S. Coronavirus, how the pandemic has changed the world economy. The homeless drug addict who became a history professor. Is this Russian cult leader a fraud? COVID, Italian PM brands vaccine delay unacceptable. Christina Ariel, Star Wars supports High Republic host after racist abuse. Larry King, veteran U.S. talk show host dies aged 87. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Investigation finds 33 missing children in Southern California, FBI says. Biden's effort to reunite Trump-era-separated families is trickiest immigration challenge. Michigan Mega Millions ticket wins $1 billion jackpot. Mega Millions $1 billion jackpot is the third largest in U.S. history. The winning ticket was sold in Michigan. AP Top Stories January 23, 5 p. Coronavirus updates. 17% of U.S. has been infected. Model estimates. Capitol Police. National Guard outbreaks reported. Doctor said she wouldn't survive COVID-19. After 25 days on a ventilator, she's renewing her wedding vows. Larry King, legendary talk show host, remembered. Police used tear gas to disperse Congress rally. Biden's education department looks to ditch a creditor of seemingly fake school. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. COVID-19 toll deepens in Los Angeles County as more than 5,000 die in less than a month. Target apologizes after black teens are detained, handcuffed at Westlake Village store. Recall Newsom effort has ties to far-right movements, including QAnon and virus skeptics. Storm next week expected to bring significant rain and mountain snow to Southland, forecasters say. Giving second COVID-19 vaccine shots may reduce supply for people seeking first dose. Controversial El Monte Church damaged by homemade bomb, FBI investigating. Column, here's how I broke through and got a COVID vaccine, let's hope it gets easier. Could a homegrown coronavirus strain be partly to blame for California's surge? Young LA vaccine chasers crowd unofficial standby lines in hopes of a shot. Winter storms in Southland threaten debris flows. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, January 24th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Israeli settlers attack Palestinian homes with petrol bombs. Rotting fish, lost business and piles of red tape. The reality of Brexit hits Britain. Photos and videos of pro-democracy protests in Russia are shockingly intense. Major magnitude 7.0 earthquake, South Shetland Islands, Antarctica, on Saturday, January 23, 2021 at 23:36 GMT. The UK variant of COVID-19 is behind a devastating outbreak that has torn through an Ontario long-term care home, killing 32 and infecting all but 2 residents. 84 workers have become sick. Heat waves may mean Sydney is too hot for people to live in within decades. 1 sailor dead, 15 kidnapped in pirate attack on Turkish ship. Navalny escalates battle with Putin as European officials demand his release. Coronavirus variant first spotted in Britain is spreading at an alarming rate and isn't responding to established ways of slowing the pandemic, according to Danish scientists. Pope again cancels appearances due to nerve pain. Scottish nationalists lay groundwork for second independence referendum. Internet disrupted in Russia amid opposition protests. Oak trees take root in Iraqi Kurdistan to help climate. One of the world's most wanted drug criminals set Sheilop arrested in the Netherlands. Biden admin launches review of Trump decision to designate Yemen's Houthis as foreign terrorist organization. The next headlines are from Forbes. Bruno Mars rum line Salva relaunches a new owner's reserve bottle. Technology is rapidly changing cancer care. Jared Sullinger looking to make NBA comeback. Anthem has started a digital incubator for innovative healthcare solutions. Pegasus World Cup 2021, Knicks go wins wire to wire, Jesus team places, Independence Hall shows. How did a LeBron James video highlight sell for $71,455? A look at a burgeoning product called NBA Top Shot. The 10 most popular shows on Netflix, so far, in January. 22 months removed from last snowboarding competition, Chloe Kim wins Lux Open halfpipe final. This new teen fantasy just replaced Bridgerton as the most watched show on Netflix. Department of Justice reportedly considers not charging all Capitol rioters, sparking outrage. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Why did the world's pandemic warning system fail when COVID hit? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,681,393,651 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Larry King appreciation, hard-working host helped put CNN on cultural map. Perry Botkin Jr., Grammy-winning TV and film composer, dies at 87. Walter Bernstein, blacklisted writer and Oscar nominee for The Front, dies at 101. Larry King's best celebrity interviews, from Marlon Brando's kiss to Jerry Seinfeld's fit. How Inauguration Night star-studded celebrating America's spectacle came together in a pandemic. Kenneth Branagh now to play UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson in Michael Winterbottom drama for Sky. Andra Day lost 39 pounds and infused her voice with pain to play Billie Holiday. Andra Day and Leslie Odom Jr. share memories about playing Billie Holiday and Sam Cooke. Euphoria leans on Flair and lets down its lead in new special TV review. How brothers Jake and Connor Allen went from making home videos to shooting feature films. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Arizona Republican censure party leaders at odds with Trump. Facebook Oversight Board co-chair on determining the future of Trump's accounts. Lawmakers react as Trump Senate impeachment trial gets timetable. Biden is Catholic, he also supports abortion rights, here's what that could mean. Fauci relishes a hallelujah moment. Who wants to be a billionaire? $1 billion winning lottery ticket sold in Michigan. Protests swell across Russia calling for the release of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny. Veteran broadcaster Larry King dies at 87. What Trump's declassified Asia strategy may mean for U.S.-China relations under Biden. Opinion, Joe Biden's lifetime of experience. The following headlines are from The Week. No way McConnell has had a post-Trump epiphany, political scientist says. Biden reeled in a record-breaking $145 million in dark money. China conducts unusual military flights in Taiwanese airspace. Plan to oust acting attorney general seen as Trump White House in a nutshell. Navalny's wife reportedly among more than 1,000 detained in nationwide Russian protests. 10 things you need to know today, January 23, 2021. Larry King, longtime radio and TV host, dies at 87. Schumer sets Senate impeachment trial timeline after reaching agreements with GOP. 6 peaceful homes in Rhode Island. The awesome power of America's CEOs. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. What the geology of Animal Crossing reveals. The next headlines are from Universe Today. You can actually see the Milky Way's wave when you map its stars. In theory, supermassive black holes could get even more supermassive. The Universe Information, Hubble sees 6 examples of merging galaxies. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, January 24th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Mercury's greatest evening elongation January 23rd to 24th. A moon rock decorates Biden's Oval Office. The Mars-Uranus conjunction of January 2021. The next news is from Politico. German Greens go nuclear over call to renew NATO vows. Biden's first 100 days. EU jitters over U.S. return to Paris Agreement. Biden and Boris Johnson talk alliance, climate, COVID. Feds, Texas man charged in Capitol riots threatened to kill AOC. Congress is going to do what Congress does. Biden administration confirms hands-off impeachment stance. McCarthy voices concerns with Cheney after impeachment vote. U.S. condemns Russia's arrests of Navalny protesters. Several governors order National Guard troops out of D.C. Larry King, broadcasting giant for half-century, dies at 87. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Coronavirus updates live, UK COVID-19 strain found in 3 Australian open cases, virus traces found in Sydney sewage. 1 of 22 workers trapped in China gold mine rescued. Bombers Mulhurley forward move. Beach safety warnings for Sydney as heat wave hits after spate of drownings. Body of man found in Newcastle Harbour. Why I handed back my Order of Australia, and why Margaret Court should be stripped of hers. New Zealand reports first community COVID case in months. More room to roam, Minister unveils $15 plan for new parks. Don't be a fool, police to enforce health orders as NSW records no new cases. Queensland records second consecutive COVID-19 donut day. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Where should I retire? I want to move to the south, I want the beach, and a liberal mindset. Where should I retire? Outside the box, how to make sure your spouse gets your retirement savings when you die. The New York Post, Fauci says Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine may get approval in 2 weeks. Upgrade, what it's really like to retire on a Caribbean island, on $3,000 a month. Bookwatch, what to do when you inherit your parents' stuff, and you don't want it. Newswatch, stock market bulls brace for major gut check as earnings, Fed and GDP loom. Jeff Reeves' strength in numbers, 5 high-growth themes and the stock market ETFs that can deliver big gains in 2021. The New York Post, gamers threaten to defect to PlayStation after Xbox Live price hikes. 3 ways President Biden's proposed stimulus check will be different from Trump's payments. Tax Watch, IRS says this tax season will be one of the nation's most important. Watch out for these key dates. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Baker Hostetler picks up IP partner from Paulson-Eley, Law 360. The next headlines are from Quartz. Average yet confident, a comedian coined a Chinese equivalent to mansplaining. How anxious rats can tap into their inner chill rats, a lab lesson for professionals. 100 years later, the dystopian origin of the word robot still rings true. The never-ending evolution of the vice presidency. The making of our consumer culture. The time to solve the electric car's battery problem is now. What Dr. Martin's IPO journey says about London's financial future. Can you quit and file for unemployment if your workplace is unsafe about COVID-19? The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Gaming like it's 1925, last week to join the public domain game jam. Appeals court rejects Clearview's attempt to dodge a state lawsuit by trying to make it a federal case. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Abu Dhabi. Salt and Pita. Matthew Stafford. Patrick Lane. Duke basketball. Real Madrid. Alexei Navalny. Alavs vs Real Madrid. Kike Hernandez. Suns. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Chile accidentally issues nationwide tsunami and evacuation warning only meant for Antarctic base after 7.0 quake. Netanyahu to dispatch Mossad chief to meet Biden and outline Israel's demands for Iran nuclear deal overhaul, reports. U.S. Capitol protester charged with threatening to assassinate AOC. German right-wing AfD party goes to court ahead of reported designation as suspected extremist group. MyPillow guy to get endorsement from Trump, best president in history, if he runs for governor of Minnesota. Rolling Stone will publish thought leaders who shape the future of the culture, if they pay thousands. Widespread arrests and dozens of police injured in pro-Navalny protests in Russia as organizers say more to come next weekend. Defensive David Beckham should let results speak for him at Inter Miami, moves based on who you know are nothing new in football. Hypocrisy is a tool of U.S. diplomacy, Russia slams Washington's claim about suppressing Navalny protests. It's going so much better, Evgenia Medvedeva on kissing puppies, her new food obsession and her return to fitness, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Putting the cost of COVID-19 in perspective. Biden will keep U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem, unlikely to reverse Trump's Israel policies. Chesapeake Bay oyster prices collapse as diners ditch restaurants amid pandemic. Here are the superheroes to come and save us all, media waste no time fawning over Biden. U.S. economy set to overheat as households are flooded with $2 trillion in excess savings. Greenwald, the moronic firing of Will Wilkinson. Morgan Stanley CEO gunman hauls in $33 million in 2020. New law allows China's Coast Guard to fire on foreign vessels. Amazon demands in-person union vote after arguing mail-in ballots raise risk of fraud. California refuses to disclose COVID-19 data used to drive lockdowns. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Tunisia, protests continue against police brutality, corruption. Johnson, Biden discuss climate change, COVID-19. Senate Republican warns Trump impeachment could set precedent. What is Alexei Navalny's endgame? Portugal to hold presidential election as COVID cases surge. Brazil begins rollout of 2 million COVID vaccines amid protests. South African jazz giant Jonas Kwamwa dies aged 83. Macron says France will tighten laws on child sexual abuse. Should sporting events go ahead during the pandemic? UK doctors seek urgent review of gap between COVID vaccine doses. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Democrats attempt to purge civil servant from job over prior work for Nunes, Trump administration. Hirano, goal of impeachment to hold Trump accountable, stop him from ever seeking elected office again. Texas man charged with directing others to assassinate AOC. Crack cocaine, corruption and conspiracy review, Netflix doc is all complaints and contradictions. Virgil, the Great Reset updated, you might not have heard of NGFS, but NGFS has a plan for you. Watch neighbor surprise pizza delivery man with car, it means a lot to me. Dan Crenshaw, road to House majority is through pressuring moderate Democrats in swing districts. Two anonymous donors pay off $95,000 in medical bills in Kansas. Brooks, not clear that Senate can convict Trump after he's left office. Homeless advocates invade Washington State City Hall, mayor flees. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 weirdest celebrity baby names. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. In 15 months, this 441lb man lost 228 pounds and now runs marathons to be healthy for his kids. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Mom's mistakes lead to good kids who focus on others. UK prioritizes climate crisis by supporting sustainability in developing countries with $4 billion plan. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, January 24th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Geologist finds rare formation inside rock that looks exactly like Cookie Monster on Sesame Street. 50 outrageous news stories from around the world. Woman calls police after missing out on McDonald's breakfast. Girl Scouts are boycotting cookie season in protest over palm oil concerns. They didn't feel it was right to do. Texas woman who took private jet to Capitol Hill riots seeks donations to cover her legal fees. Arab-Israeli man shot dead while returning from protest against violent crime. The ignominious deceits of Congressman Cawthorn. Representative Madison Cawthorn has misled the public about training for the Paralympics, just as he misrepresented his education and business history. GameStop stock waltz trading after Reddit drama. Confused, jealous wife stabs husband after seeing her younger self in old photos. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. NASA delays Juno spacecraft retirement after detecting mysterious radio waves. Awful parking is the worst thing about escalators. Tier has a plan to fix it. If you're having problems with your home Wi-Fi network, this Asus router might be your answer. This training package can get you started on a $120,000 a year career as a cloud architect. A closer look at the AI incident database of machine learning failures. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, January 24th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Early observations from the Utah Jazz's 8th straight win, 127-108 over the Warriors. Snow makes it tough for drivers on Utah roads. State colleges, Utah Valley Falls at St. John's, 96-78. Letter, how do Germans and Americans compare in learning from history? Utah gymnastics team bounces back with win over Arizona. COVID-19 vaccines will be offered to unhoused people in Salt Lake City next week. How to support the Salt Lake Tribune. Coronavirus cases and COVID-19 deaths decrease, but hospitalizations remain high. Governor Cox defends Utah's COVID-19 vaccination response on CNN. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. U.S. Treasury nominee Yellen wants to encourage cryptocurrencies for legitimate activities. Are we slowing global warming? GitHub reverses takedown of code for anime torrent site despite film group's DMCA. Why Oz is forking Elasticsearch in Cabana. SpaceX reschedules record-breaking launch with 143 satellites to Sunday. Chrome 88 released, removing Adobe Flash and FTP. How law enforcement gets around your smartphone's encryption. Report finds extremists did use Facebook to plan Capitol attack. Are experts underselling the effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines? How DNS book attacks could poison DNS cache records. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Flooded and impassable, massive water main break closes down I-70 near Union. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Clinton praise and more in Larry King. Light wintry precipitation and a soaking rain in the forecast for the upcoming week. Chiefs mafia making most of opportunity in Kansas City. Worker, boyfriend charged with daycare bomb threats. Soulard Mardi Gras 2021 continues celebration with virtual Cajun cook-off and shoebox parade. Larry King dead at 87. St. Louis scientists developing no-shot COVID-19 vaccine. Fox Files, St. Louis businesses forced to close over COVID violations going to State House to fight back. Have a $1 billion Mega Millions winning ticket? Here are tonight's numbers. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Hotel guests told to shelter in place after report of a person with a gun. Michigan Mega Millions ticket wins $1.05 billion jackpot. Trouble breathing, tooth loss, some COVID-19 patients face lasting effects. County reports 43 COVID-19 deaths, 2,980 new cases. Authorities investigate blast at Antigua SoCal Church. 25-year-old hurt in shooting outside Lincoln Park home. Officer hurt after vehicle loses wheel, hits patrol car. Police identify man accused of stealing firefighter gear during Ocean Beach fire. County says 65 and up can now get COVID-19 vaccines. Rain, snow arrives Saturday with heavier storms still to come. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Cold War traitor George Blake was flagged as un-British by Superior. Officer warned MI6 that spy George Blake was unreliable. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Turkey unveils hybrid main battle tank. U.S. Navy enters Black Sea near Russia. Myanmar orders trouble Panzer S-1 air defense system. U.S. Army approves low-rate production of its new warfighter-centric mission command system. AIM prepares GEM 63XL rocket boosters to support U.S. Space Force security missions. And gets $155 M contract for Space Sensor to detect hypersonic missile threats. This is the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. San Jose Sharks to play first 2 home games in Arizona due to county restrictions. Experts, 15 more days to reach trapped China mine workers. Motel employee finds meth disguised as Arizona tea cans. Kenosha shooter cannot associate with supremacists, judge. Intensive care unit capacity, Bay Area sees significant jump in available beds. Woman's body discovered at Tanitas Creek in San Mateo County. Police, black teens wrongly detained at Target in California. How to track your stimulus check with IRS tool. Stupid behavior, security camera captures woman posing on railway tracks for a photo. A year after Wuhan lockdown, a world still deep in crisis. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Balanced attack leads Timberwolves past Pelicans 120-110. Embiid hits late free throws, 76ers beat Pistons 114-110. Number 3 UConn routs Georgetown. How St. Alexius became a pioneer in COVID-19 treatment after second U.S. case landed there. Armed robbery Friday at Arlington Heights pawn shop. Suburban cook, Chicago can resume limited indoor dining. Group launches task force to address systemic racism. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, in Seattle, drivers keep these truck models longer than any other. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 110.82 km, in Argentina January 24, 2021, 007 UTC, 7,570,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1321, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.9 m, depth 9.58 km, in Antarctica January 23, 2021, 2336 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 53.42 km, in Papua New Guinea January 23, 2021, 1658 UTC, 300,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today is Sunday, January 24th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Houston law enforcement working to lower crime as violence among teenagers increases. Baby abandoned on the side of the road found by Amazon driver. Godiva chocolate to close all 128 North American stores due to coronavirus pandemic. Pregnant Houston council member gets COVID-19 vaccine publicly. Dreary weekend, but change is coming. Houston Health Department says it's working to get vaccines to areas without access. Larry King remembered by ABC 13 anchor emeritus Dave Ward. Alleged Capitol rioter accused of threatening to assassinate Rep. Ocasio-Cortez. New COVID-19 vaccine shipment heads to Texas. Massive Facebook logout kicks users off social media platform. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Colorado rallies from 18 down, beats Washington State 70-59. Krug, Perron lead lose to 4-2 win over Kings. Durant, Irving help Nets hold off Adebayo, Heat 128-124. Pinson leads number 19 Missouri to 73-64 win at number 6 Tennessee. Asia Today, New Zealand reports first community case in months. Michigan Athletic Department on pause because of COVID-19. Penn State pulls away late, beats Northwestern 81-78. Bergeron, March and score 2 apiece, Bruins beat Flyers 6-1. The following headlines are from the Governist. Extra, can I offer you a fluffy owlet in this trying time? Texas man charged for allegedly threatening to assassinate AOC during Capitol riots. State sets up clinics in New York City Housing Authority buildings to encourage more black New Yorkers to get COVID-19 vaccine. We've what M. Hard, Hunts Point produce workers toast victory after approving contract. Coronavirus updates, state's positivity rate drops to 5.26% as vaccine supply remains scarce. Thanks to loophole, NYC public school students have unrestricted access to watching YouTube. Hunts Point produce workers reach tentative deal with company after nearly week-long strike. The next headlines are from Observer.com. The Museum of Chinese in America is bringing its archive to Google Arts and Culture. 27 Best Male Sex Toys, a guide to the most popular sex toys for men. India's rip-roaring Oscar entry Jallikattu captures the chaos of the soul. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag has occurred near South Shetland Islands. Minor earthquake, 2.8 mag has occurred near Mena in Nevada. Light earthquake, M4.5 quake has struck near northern Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag has occurred near Rudeng in Indonesia. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag has occurred near Ternate in Indonesia. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag has occurred near Villa Basilio Nievas in Argentina. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag strikes near Levuka in Fiji. Light earthquake 4.9 mag, South Shetland Islands. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag was detected near South Shetland Islands. Moderate earthquake, 5.4 mag strikes near South Shetland Islands. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Their hope for a brighter future inspires us all. President Biden refuses to make our climate crisis worse. Teach us how to become carpenters. South Sudanese want to shape their future. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did CNN report that Antifa took responsibility for U.S. Capitol riot? Did Jay Leno marry a gorgeous husband? 2,100 arrested at protests demanding Navalny's release. Aloha shirts on Boogaloo's link symbol of peace to violence. Does a picture show Amanda Bynes now working in product support? Did Jojo Siwa come out as gay? Yes, this retro McDonald's in Oregon is real. Did Barron Trump become an emancipated minor? My pillow guy among the Trump acolytes picking up the torch. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Is the Capitol rioters' skull mask fetish fashion or fascist? The GOP found their backbone in Liz Cheney. Trumpists want to cancel her. CNN host destroys Rep. Cawthorn with simple question about election fraud. The coronavirus variants are here. Can the vaccines keep up? Navy SEAL who choked Green Beret to death sentenced to 10 years. Inside the messy Disney love triangle dominating the pop charts. As if you needed a reason to spend more time in bed, parachute betting will make your bed your favorite place. Tens of thousands flood Moscow streets to protest Navalny's arrest. Larry King, the interviewer who talked to, and married, them all, dead at 87 after COVID diagnosis. Don't let cops use the insurrection to justify surveillance. The next headlines are from the New York Post. VP Kamala Harris makes herself belly laugh while swearing in Senate replacement. Nets clip He2 give Big Three first win together in action. Earthquake in Antarctica sparks panic in Chile. Comparing presidential pardons through the years. Rangers Alexis Lafreniere learns big lesson facing Sidney Crosby. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Atmospheric river means massive snow coming to the west. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Giving up the golden goose, how the Trump presidency shaped the media and what's to come. Jimmie Rodgers, singer who scaled charts in 50s, dies at 87. Mayoral candidates to announce first ranked choice voting endorsement. Vermont teacher who made Sanders mittens says she's all out. People smuggler sentenced to dozens of years in prison for deaths of 39 Vietnamese migrants in UK. Man charged with fraudulently obtaining $2 in COVID relief aid. Blacklisted screenwriter Walter Bernstein of The Front and Semi-Tough, dead at 101. California man, 73, bitten by shark while snorkeling off Maui coast. Highest-ranking military officer in Spanish armed forces resigns over allegations he was skipping vaccination line. At least 3,000 arrested in Russia during protests over arrest of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny. The following headlines are from military.com. Military leaders given 2 weeks to show their sexual assault prevention efforts are working. Biden administration to review as Taliban withdrawal deal. Montana governor orders guard back after they slept outdoors. Parole denied for former Marine wife convicted in husband's 1984 ambush murder. Minguard's highest-ranking woman tapped for U.S. Army Cyber Center. Virginia group will recommend new name for Camp Pendleton. With border wall funding cut, new SecDef must decide whether to withdraw troops. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Man found dead with a gunshot wound to head inside burning car on far south side, police say. Woman who lived at Chicago church for over 3 years goes home after Biden administration suspends deportations. Armed robber shoots clerk inside North Center corner store. Veteran Chicago cop charged after allegedly choking handcuffed arrestee in 2019 on South Side, officials. Archdiocese of Chicago announces more parish merger Saturday amid financial pressures. Storm remains on track to bring 6 inches of snow Monday evening, Tuesday morning. Indoor dining officially allowed back in Chicago, Cook County under COVID-19 restrictions, offering some restaurants a breath of fresh air. Drunken driver was nearly 6 times over legal limit in Vivint Park car crash that killed 12-year-old girl, prosecutors say. Coronavirus at Illinois long-term care facilities, 71,103 confirmed cases and 9,263 deaths. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers, here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Endangered Siamese crocodile in rare sighting at Thai National Park. U of Louisiana Lafayette mini satellite zipping around Earth. New technique builds super hard metals from nanoparticles. Wet and wild, there's lots of water in the world's most explosive volcano. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, January 24th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The Devonian extinction, a slow doom that swept our planet. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Abmass carries Oral Roberts over Kansas City 60-58. Brown lips Murray Street past Tennessee Tech 72-63. Camadaras lips South Dakota past W Illinois 84-74. Wilson leads East Dakota Street over North Dakota 85-74. Maddox scores 14 to lift Hawaii past CSU Fullerton 76-53. Kreuzer, Edie carry North Dakota Street past Denver 84-58. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Warriors squander Steph Curry's accomplishment as they lose Big 2 Jazz. UFC 257, what time is the Conor McGregor fight? A power line falls on my car, is it safer to stay inside it? Roadshow. Steph Curry passes Reggie Miller on the NBA's all-time three-point list. The latest, new virus clusters hit China's north provinces. Barney Miller, Sanford and Son actor Gregory Sierra dies. California's ban on indoor worship upheld by appeals court. Judge, Kenosha shooter cannot associate with supremacists. 3,000 arrested at protests demanding Navalny's release. Pete Deboe reacts to sharks being kept out of San Jose for now. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 2 quakes hit Chile, South Shetland Islands, no major damage. Normal diets for trapped China miners as rescue continues. Crews recover body of Oregon woman swept away in mudslide. Police look for a dozen suspects in NYC assault. Washington, Oregon report cases of new strain of coronavirus. FBI, Texas man's posts from Capitol riot lead to his arrest. NY finishes first round of fight against tree-killing insect. Trump backs Arizona GOP chair in her successful re-election bid. Raquel Turan elected Arizona Democratic Party chair. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Forget Biden's bust of Cesar Chavez, Hunts Point strike is the bold labor action the country needs. Capitol attack was culmination of generations of far-right extremism. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 13 shot, 3 fatally in Chicago so far this weekend. CPD officer accused of choking handcuffed man in 2019 charged with official misconduct. Penn State hands Northwestern its 7th straight loss. Person found shot to death in burning vehicle in West Pullman, police. Charlie Moore scores 21 points to carry DePaul past Marquette. Girl, 17, missing from Belmont Gardens. Bulls coach Billy Donovan continues the tutoring of guard Kobe White. Woman robbed at gunpoint in Niles. Actor Gregory Sierra dies, starred on Barney Miller, Sanford and Son. Cubs sign veteran catcher Austin Romine to 1-year deal. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Annual teddy bear toss makes it rain stuffed animals for charity, WHP Harrisburg. Video, Mission drag racer scores first career win, sets world record, makes history in 2020, Abbotsford News. Jim Walmsley shatters the 100K American record, but misses the world record by 11 seconds, runnersworld.com. Professional track returns to UA with American Track League, Arkansas Razorbacks. Goalkeeper's freak accident sets Guinness World Record, Yahoo Sport Australia. School record by Banks, sub-4 for Camboy Highlight Blue Pig Classic, Arkansas Razorbacks. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Microsoft admits it messed up and axes Xbox Live Gold price hike. Facebook says a configuration change is the reason a ton of users were logged out on Friday. Saturday's best deals, Razer accessories, Dyson Hot Plus Cool Air Purifier, Indoor Electric Fireplace, Yasuda Stationary Bike, Identity Guard Rolling Stamps, and more. Astronomers have spotted a weirdo Jupiter with a 4-day year. Stay cozy with up to 28% off a turbo electric fireplace. Angry Reddit mob and short sellers clash over GameStop's ridiculous stock market jump. CenturyLink, Frontier failed to meet FCC deadline for rural broadband rollout. FTC fines ticket brokers $3.7 million in scalping settlement. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 118.22 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.9 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Tejayaltaya in Russia at minus 70.6 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. DDoSers are abusing Microsoft RDP to make attacks more powerful. What's the technology behind a 5-minute charge battery? The art and science of boarding an airplane in a pandemic. SpaceX scrubs first attempt to launch 143 satellites, updated. This site posted every face from Parler's Capitol Hill insurrection videos. What happens to the brain on sudden impact? Egg yolks could hold the answer. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump pardons Steve Bannon, Arizona should prosecute him anyway, columnist. Capitol rioter charged with threat to assassinate AOC does not seem too smart. Cindy McCain belittles the Arizona GOP after receiving official censure. Bombshell WSJ report, Trump pressured Department of Justice attorneys to sue states and the Supreme Court to overturn election. Here's why Trump's threats to retaliate against Republicans have critical flaws. Madison Cawthorn tried to defend overturning the election on CNN, but Pamela Brown shut him down. GOP receives brutal lesson on civics and political reality from Texas Republican Will Hurd. Trump's threat to start a new party designed to give him leverage during impeachment, report. Calls for secret ballot for Trump's impeachment trial, to protect GOP senators from violence. Trump tarred and feathered himself, historians reflect on the reality TV star's legacy in office. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hummingbirds in the rain. Behold my daring prediction for 2021. Fauci is free and telling it like it is. Tens of thousands across Russia are protesting Alexei Navalny's arrest. Kevin McCarthy says everybody across this country is responsible for the Capitol insurrection. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, January 22nd update. Trump conspired to fire acting Attorney General and force Georgia to overturn election results. China shows us how to handle Twitter nuisances. From the California Delta to Jakarta, the world's aquifers are collapsing. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Around the remote, Chuck Barney's TV and streaming picks for January 24th to 30th, Winston-Salem Journal. These are the big books to read this winter, the Philadelphia Inquirer. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, January 24th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The next headlines are from OpenMinds.tv. Open Minds UFO Radio Newscast January 22, 2021. Special guest, Douglas Smythe. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. 2020, a year of UFO news almost too strange to believe. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, January 24th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on in, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. About U.S. Fair Use Statement. True Strange News is a U.S.-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.